now I want to formally introduce you to a feature we dropped last quarter, the mechanical energy analysis feature. So how do we use this and what is it? First, I've got this completed project. I've got load calcs, I've got zone systems. Great, it's configured. Let's ignore any efficiencies right now. So if we go straight to energy and we run this, it's going to do an 8760 full hourly analysis on the loads. My project happens to be in Newport. There's no heating load, very mild climate. Let's look at a different project. All right, this one's in Chicago. It should be more interesting. So we run this and we get a full 8760 analysis of the loads. These charts, like this one right here, this is every single hour. True heating cooling load. Unlike the heating and cooling load peak calculations, this actually takes heating and cooling loads into account and gives you the actual, where you can have heating and cooling load present in the same hour and it kind of balances out to give you your net total. So it's really giving you net load per hour, and this breakdown is a graphical representation of that. You can hit export and get a massive CSV file with every hour and your cooling and heating loads for every hour, which is really helpful for geothermal sizing, and also just taking that and doing your own supplemental calcs. So I haven't fully configured this yet. To do that, I can go to my configuration and I can look at my central units here, which represent my systems, and there are some additional inputs down at the bottom, energy configuration. And so here you can choose the heating equipment type, basically heat pump or gas. Are we using electricity or are we using gas? Kilowatts or therms. So heat pump, it's going to ask you for a COP. Let's say it is gas furnace, you get an AFUE, and you apply that. For cooling, you put in a SEER number. You can also set up an operating schedule, make it custom if you want to, and you can set warm-up time and warm-up capacity, which usually is between like 120, 150% of your load to get the building up to the temperature you want for occupants. So you can configure more here, and that's going to go into the energy analysis. Also, when you go to the energy page, you can set an electricity and a natural gas rate, and then when you run it, you won't just get your BTUs, your kilowatts, you'll actually get your dollars spent a year. This is for mechanical only. This is not full-fledged lighting, sump pump energy usage and all that. It's really just mechanical only, and the intent is it gives you a really quick snapshot of the consumption that your system is going to have over a year. And then you can change these values, create an alternate, and compare the two. So, okay, great. Right now, this is my annual energy usage. I'm spending this much in gas and for heating, and I'm spending this much for cooling. If I were to, let's say, total, okay, 300,000. This is a massive project. If I were to, say, do heat pump instead, let's change this to heat pump, COP of 3. Let's run that and see if that helps the bottom line. All right, there we go. I'm saving about $10,000 a year on energy usage. Maybe that moves the needle, maybe not. This is for all my systems. I can look at individual systems as well. And if I have one of these systems selected, then when I export the CSV, it's going to be for that system only. So here you have it. Early stage, you get all your loads done. We're not requiring a ton of inputs, and we're keeping it pretty minimal. It's a step above the degree day analysis outlined by ASHRAE, but it's a step below full configured energy analysis that requires loads and loads of inputs. And it's extremely useful when trying to make decisions on what system to use and give you some metrics that an owner would understand. Right? They're not looking at kilo BTUs per year. They're looking at dollars. So this is a way to get those numbers and be able to consult on what's the best direction to go. If you haven't used this yet, I highly recommend you check it out today.